Hey y'all, this is AL Thick Madame and Cinnamon Sugar, and we are here for yet another recap review for Put a Ring on It. Okay, y'all, I am so tired in my spirit. They've been trying to work the mule out of me, but I am not going to complain. I am not going to let them get the best of me. This is only temporary. Um, I have my spring water on deck. So from time to time, y'all gonna see me take a swig or two because I need to get my detoxing and things going on. So that's what y'all gonna be seeing me drinking today. I didn't feel like having any tea today, and I feel good actually. I'm glad I'm not in any pain. And whew, yesterday was trying to do a little bit, but it didn't do much, and I did have some green tea. But anyway, now that I got that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into this recap review. So the episode started out showing, what happened last time. Like, that was very important to say in this episode because it leads to what happened once everybody got to the meeting place. They got to the function. Let me stop saying function for that. But y'all know what I'm talking about. They got to the house where they met up with Dr. Nicole, and Shorty and Kenneth came separate because they no longer are together, and which means they no longer live together. So everybody could sense what was going on. They were like, okay, I feel like something's off with this. What is going on here? And Dr. Nicole started it off and was like, well, there have been some developments in Shorty and Kenneth's relationship, and I think they might want to let everybody know what happened. So Shorty let everybody know that they broke up, and Kenneth was just like, no, what you saying ain't the way it went, because she was trying to say, well, I mean, how would I try to hear you out, or why would you think I want to have anything to do with you when you calling me all kinds of bees and hoes and all this other stuff? And so, like, calling her weak, all this other stuff. They started getting into it right there on the spot. It was a mess. So I was confused because I was like, why? It must just be out of habit that Kenneth just want to keep reaching his arm over like this. But it was a little moment, and then the argument and stuff stopped, and Kenneth was like, thank you for having us, and walked out the door. And Shorty started searching for everything that she could so that she can get the mic off of her, and was looking at the door and was like, okay, I just want to, make sure he's all the way gone. Is he all the way gone yet? Because I don't want to do with him. I don't even want to run into him in the parking lot at this point. So they ain't together no more. And like I told y'all, like some episodes back, I've seen on social media where there have been some things where he was like really going in. I'm like, ooh, child, sir, what is going on here? It's just the way he was talking. It already let me know that they weren't together, or they were just doing it for the show. I don't know. But anyway, they were left with two couples after that. And Alfonso trying to make it seem like, oh, well, I called my baby mama and I let her know that I've changed and I've done all these things. And, that was the main thing that Shay was looking for, was for him to make that phone call. And I'm just like, girl, I don't understand why you think that is going to signify that y'all are going to be something great, because he had that phone call. And even with Alfonso, I feel like it is naive for him to think that he has changed so much. And I'm like, but you didn't though. Like, this entire time you've been fighting it. Almost this entire time, every time anything was spoken, you were laughing. And I already told you I can't stand when people would sit up there and they cheese, smile, and grin and do all this when something serious is happening. And you could tell that somebody is speaking on something important, but that person somehow finds it funny. And I'm just like, no. And as I've already said to y'all before, once I found out what he does and who he works for, it's hard to believe that you're gonna actually be faithful anyway. It's I feel like it's a rarity that you are going to be faithful and do what you're supposed to do and just be in an actual monogamous relationship with somebody. At the best, I'm thinking that you would be in a poly type of a situation or open situations and all of that, because you got all this money coming in and you have all these people who want to flock to you and who want to be around you to get clout and gain clout off of your name. So all of this temptation, and I don't know, I'm not trying to say it's not possible, but I just don't see it. So anyway, it's just a lot of stuff and I'm just like, I don't see it. Mm-mm. Nope, I don't see it. But everybody's saying the right things, and I'm just like, no. Mm-mm. I don't like how everybody's saying the right things in this moment. It's like y'all saying it just to get through the process, because they showing flashbacks, eventually of how all of the stuff that popped off initially, where everybody was just flying off the handle, and I'm just like, none of y'all have learned. I don't care what nobody got to say. It's killing me how Charlena seems to believe that the guy Chris cared about her at all. I don't think he liked her like that. He saw her, wanted to screw. I'm sorry, like the other people, like everybody else that she went on a date with. Okay, definitely the guy who she was very into. That was what, the second date where he, has these big plans for the future. Yeah, I can see them talking and having a future together, but not Otis and not the dude Chris. Chris seems like a younger version of Otis. So I'm like, what are you even seeing? And so for her, the closure date was about, she trying to make it seem like, oh, well, yeah, I just wanted the closure date. And he was, Dr. Nicole, I'm glad that Dr. Nicole did this. She asked him, Otis, did you go on this date, this closure date or whatever you want to call it, with this woman because of spite, to spite her, or, just to have petty get back, as King South would say. Like, is that what it is? Because I know that that's what it was. And he had to sit up there and say, oh, well, did she get to choose whether or not she wanted to go on a date or to, turn the date down first, or was it me? And she said that she went first and, gave her response. And it's like, yeah, everybody who has eyes already knows that that's what happened. But let's try to act like that's not what happened. So anyway, this is the last day of everything, where the men are now going to go ring shopping. Of course, Alfonso wanted to go with the biggest, display of everything, because he is a jewelry connoisseur and all that, because he has money to burn. So he loved all this jewelry and all of this stuff. And they started showcasing all the jewelry that he had on. And Otis got whatever he got. And I mean, the rings look nice. He already had a ring, Alfonso. He already had a ring, and he wanted to build upon what was already done. Now I'm saying to myself, did he bring the ring back and build upon it? And he just was showing them in this episode, okay, like, this is the ring that I got. It looked like this, but I'm gonna bring it back to you. Or did he give him a ring? I'm trying to understand, because it looked like he was showing them brand new rings. And he was talking about he was going to build upon it and add some things or whatever, because he's proposed before. Anyway, they looking at things, and, these women are going to want to be wild. Ain't nobody got time for the little Cracker Jack rings. So then we see Dr. Nicole meeting up with everybody individually. Shay is talking about how she is going to have to make these hard decisions, and that she's going to have to forgive herself, and she's going to have to be able to forgive him if she's going to move forward. And she's trying to make it seem like if she doesn't get what she wants from him, she is equipped to move forward without him. I don't know what kind of hold he got on her, but she don't need to be with him. She just don't. She doesn't need to be with him. But it is what it is. And they go sit up there and see what they want to see. And I just be like, child, you know that this is something that hurts you. Things that he's done in the past. And it kills me how mainly women, a lot of women will be like, oh, well, when we first got together, he was cheating, but not really because, it wasn't really official, but it was though. Like a lot of times, these people really, they be made it official. It really is official, and the people was just out here thotting and bopping, and it was what it was. But y'all want to kind of be like, well, that didn't count. Now I'm really serious about the relationship now, so now it counts. No, you're supposed to go through a courting phase. So you saw her, you act like you was here for her, and all of that, and you were chasing after her, trying to buy her affection. I said what I said and all this other stuff. And she fell for it. And after she fell for it, all this time before she fully fell for it was all of y'all y'all being together. This was you setting the trap, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you want to call it, that's really what it was to me. And she fell for it, and it is what it is. So then we end up seeing Otis and Dr. Nicole sit down and they talking, and she's trying to understand, how he sees things, and he thinks everything is fine and that they've grown as people and we have better communication. And she's like, well, that's not the way Charlie sees it. And so he started looking like, oh, here we go. And I'm just like, this is what I'm talking about. Just like me, I cannot hide the way I feel. I don't feel like I would be a good poker player. I don't think I have a good poker face, because if I don't like something, or if something is said that I don't agree with, or I feel a certain type of way about something, I'm going to look crazy. My facial expressions are going to always give it away. I'm not good at hiding it. I'm just not. Like, don't tell me something and you want me to lie about it. No, just don't do it. But for some reason, Otis is in denial, because there are certain things that never add up. She always brings up certain things and he never changes. He don't listen to all the stuff she's trying to say. She wants to see actions put behind his words. In his mind, he was like, oh, well, we're great. I don't feel that way at all. We're fine. I was like, what you talking about? But this is what she said. Like, he really was just like, ugh, girl, I don't care nothing about what you talk. I was like, oh my gosh. Like, you could just tell by his facial expressions. Like, this is crazy. And he is just like in the confessional, well, thankfully it's not up to Dr. Nicole. This is our relationship. And I'm just like, it just is what it is. Like, every time you look up, it's never consistent. You never do what you're supposed to do. Just like I told y'all before, when he met up with his dad and wanted to know what it was that he was doing, that he was able to get across to his mom so that they were not fighting like that, it was to listen and to understand what the role needs to be. That sometimes it's not worth all of that fighting. Like, don't go through all that when you ain't got to. But anyway, they over here sitting down talking about stuff. And they basically like, well, as long as we continue to do the work, we'll be fine. And we'll get to where we need to get to. And I'm just like, we end up seeing Alfonso meeting up with Shay's daddy. And Shay's daddy seems to be like, he really lived for his daughter. And he wants the best for her. And so, of course, since he's trying to get her hand in marriage, the daddy looking at him like, y'all done been down this road before, it didn't work out before. What is it that's different this time? Like, have y'all grown? Like, I didn't think y'all were ready the first time. And Alfonso agreed, but this time he's talking about, oh, we've done all this work, and, I've talked to my baby mama, and I'm going to talk to my mom, and all of us going to sit down, and da-da-da-da-da. Because the daddy was like, okay, so what's going on with the family situation? Because we accept you. Her side of the family accepts you. Her family accepts you. Her family loves you. But when it comes to your folks, they don't even know you like that. They don't even try to fool with you like that. You have all these family functions, and she is nowhere in the mix. Like, the child, like, does the child even have any type of relationship with her at this point? And it's like, whatever. The daddy sat up there and gave his blessing, basically. And I was just like, sir, Anyway, we end up seeing Charlie and Otis sitting at this place. I don't forgot where it is, but I've seen it before. I'm trying to remember if I've actually ever been there before. But a lot of these Atlanta-based shows have always shown this background. I don't even remember if the water was green back then, and I'm talking about years upon years ago when we used to see this exact background in these shows. But they're there, and I'm not sure if it's hot outside or what, but Charlie got on this outfit looking like she finna go to, I don't know, she looked like she finna go to a club, or like, I don't know. She just looked like, it don't even look like, it's like in my mind, I'm like, you knew what today was gonna be. I don't know. Y'all know I ain't got no taste. I threw all this just together. I ain't nobody. This don't go with nothing. I'm just here. But he there. Y'all, look, the highlighted, I'm just telling y'all now, I'm going to give y'all a heads up. This is trash. Everything I've said up to now is basically trash, because I'm just trying to kind of create something to talk about, because this has just been like, no. Like I told y'all before, none of these people need to be together. At least Shorty and Kenneth didn't sit up here and go through it and say, oh, yeah, whatever. No. But anyway, right now they're doing flashbacks. Oh, I'm sorry. The highlight of this is going to be when I read some comments that people have said. And they are saying, a lot of these people are saying things that I've been saying the entire time, or that I've thought and I haven't said on here, but I'm going to read them off to y'all. So anyway, but yeah, they're doing all these flashbacks leading from when they first got on this show, how they were reacting to one another, to how everything is going now. But they over here talking about, oh, I'm seeing all this learning, I'm seeing all this and that. Child, I can't with this outfit that he got on. This don't even look like something he would wear. Somebody in one of the comments said Alfonso picked that shirt out for him. I can't. But anyway, I don't know what it is. I don't know. It's like, is this the way Charlena just dresses? I don't know. It just doesn't seem like, I don't know. Who am I? But anyway, he's trying to act like he lived for her in this moment. Eventually, he gets down on one knee and proposes to her. And like a dummy, she says yes. And I'm just like, girl, I can't. So anyway, we see Alfonso and Shay leaving out the house looking like they finna go to a Grammy party or something. Like, the dresses and sometimes the dresses and stuff be doing too much. Like, looking like Sabrina off of Sisters, that type of a dress, like doing the absolute most, when it's like, okay, she knew what was gonna happen, but it's like, woo, did it have to be turned all the way up like that? Golly, man, what kind of gala are you going to? So anyway, they are showing how everything started, leading up to, where they have progressed, so to speak, and are in this moment. So he took her to hangar, and they're going on a helicopter ride, and eventually they come back, and the hangar has been decorated, and they got this queen and king type of chair in there and table, and it's all set up, and they're gonna have a meal. And he over here talking about he can't live without her and all of this, and eventually he proposes, and like she crying, and he looking like, I can't tell if he's like looking at her, seeing her crying, and he's like, oh my gosh, wait a minute. Like, I don't know. It's just the way he looking at her. But she talking about she's very happy. She lived for the ring. And she was like, oh, you got money. I was like, child. I hate to say it, but I don't know. It seemed like that money might have, the money and the sex or something might have been what brought her back. Because I don't understand what she left and came back for. Child, the highlight of this season is going to be this reunion. And everything I said, it is what it is. Somebody said, all I can do is shake my head. Why? Okay. So, spoiler alert, just in case you didn't see what the preview for next time is going to be. Dun, 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 dun. Charlena sat up here and got pregnant by Otis. For what? But anyway, so on to the comments. Somebody said, all I can do is shake my head. Why did she get pregnant? Just ridiculous. I just can't. Somebody else said that reunion gonna be messy AF. Otis contradicts himself a lot. Shay and Alfonso are the only ones. I don't understand. This is what confuses me about this particular comment section. A lot of people are talking about they think that the only couple that seemed like they were going to go to distance and still are going to go to distance are Shay and Alfonso. And I'm like, what are y'all watching the same show that I'm watching? And did y'all just see this preview that just showed clearly that they're not going to make it unless she decides to be dumb and stay there? Okay, so anyway, somebody said, so I'm thinking that Charlene was prego while filming. It seemed like she was ready to be out the door, and then there was this all of a sudden switch to stick it out. What y'all think? And if somebody already addressed this, I ain't read a bit of these comments. Okay. I hope Charlie's baby helps her to realize that staying with Otis won't be a healthy environment. If it's a boy, I'm praying he doesn't learn his dad's ways or she'll be deep in trouble. Shaking my head. He literally made her cry every episode. I'm appalled. She still said yes and went this far. I thought she said yes to save him and the embarrassment, but nope. Oh yeah, thank you. I'm glad this comment popped up here. I forgot. I just was confused as to why Alfonso kept saying miss this and miss that. Why are you talking about you want to make somebody miss when they already are miss? It's Mrs. I was so done. But anyway, yeah, it was bugging me too. It bugged whoever this person was. I can't. Somebody said best season so far. I don't know what they talking about. Oh no. The amount of S Otis is full of. Oh my goodness. Co-parenting is going to be hell for Charlie. Whew. Charlie and Otis will not last. And I was going to say that they will have a baby. It'll amplify their flaws, most especially Otis's flaws. Not knowing she was pregnant. Well, there you go. A lady has exposed him, but Charlie will take him back because she is truly weak for him. No amount of stern word and eye poking out of your head will stop that selfish man from doing what he feels like. Somebody said this is the best Shorty has looked all season. Oh, Lord. Otis just listens to respond. I agree. Not to understand, and it's so aggravating. Glad to see the back of him. Shay needs to admit she took Alfonso out of another woman's bed. Now she wants a blended family. Child, please. Her daddy did say that he wanted a grandchild or a few out of this situation as well. And I'm just like, I mean, it's for the checks. I don't see the point. LOL, I get to double back on my comment from last week about the bitter, jaded viewers leaving their delusional comments. Shorty came on the show to gain strength in numbers and used this platform to break up with Ken. She was left so dumbfounded by Ken walking away from her, she didn't want to leave the room. Dr. Nicole had to ask her to have some pride and leave. Ken dipped like a salsa dance, and she said, "What? I was hoping to go the full journey and get married, but that ain't gonna happen now." Are those the words of someone who is begging to break up with someone? A lot of women only see what they see and hear what they want, and that's very dangerous. You can't grow and work on yourself if you are afraid to see the comfort and confront the truth. Charlene, for whatever reason, is drop dead gorgeous, but has no self-worth. From day one, I knew that N-word was running game on her, and she refuses to take a hint. Another serious case of female delusion is Fonzo. I hear so many women in the comment section talking about he is such a great guy and he improved the most. What the hell are you talking about? Ladies, if we have been dating for years and you have not met my family, I have another woman who I love more than you. You are my side piece. I'm just saying, ain't no way. Ain't no way. And then she was going to sit up here and marry him. And then they're talking about, oh, well, the reason why it just wasn't meant for us to do it. No, it was because y'all, I feel like honestly, he knew that wasn't going to work because of the paperwork situation. He knew that was not going to work. And he was like, ooh, let's just go to Vegas or wherever they went. And you already knew that wasn't going to work. But anyway, y'all, let me get off here. I got some more stuff to put up, y'all. I'll see y'all later. Bye.